In the small town where I grew up, there were many rumors about the old Eden Hotel on the outskirts. The owner, Mr. Gregory, was known for being secretive and having strange habits. He never let anyone into the hotel except for rare, chosen guests who, it was said, only arrived at night. My grandmother, who worked as a cleaning lady at the town hall, once told me about Gregory and his hotel. "Never go near there," she warned. "They say he collects souls." Even my husband, your grandfather, once saw a woman with an empty stare leave the place, and a few days later, she was found dead in the forest. One time, my curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to check it out. Mustering up my courage, I went to the hotel. The house was old and gloomy. The windows were boarded up, and the door was locked with a huge, rusty padlock. I walked around the house and saw that one window on the ground floor was open. Without a second thought, I climbed inside. It was very dark, dusty, and quiet inside. The only source of light was the moonlight seeping through the gaps in the shutters. I walked down the corridor, something crunching under my feet. Suddenly, I felt like someone had passed by me. I looked around but saw no one. Thinking it was just my imagination, I continued on. I stumbled upon a room filled with paintings, but they were all just blank canvases. I wondered, why collect paintings if they're empty? Then I noticed a small, barely visible drawing of a human face in the corner of one of them. It looked like a face that was melting away. Suddenly, I heard a quiet whisper coming from behind a wall, behind which there must have been another room. "Leave them. They are no longer with you," the whisper said. Surprised and scared, I approached the wall and saw there was a small crack in it. I looked through it and saw something that made my heart freeze. Portraits of people were hanging on the walls. But there was no life in their eyes. It seemed as if they were looking right through me. In the center of the room stood Mr. Gregory. He was holding a strange painting in his hand. He began to whisper something incomprehensible, and then he traced the canvas with a paintbrush. And suddenly, as soon as his brush touched the canvas, a portrait appeared on it, but the eyes of the person in the painting were filled with despair and pain. They were living eyes, filled with unbearable suffering. And then I saw that it was the face of our neighbor who had disappeared a month ago. I recoiled from the wall and bolted out of the hotel. I ran without feeling my legs. I didn't look back because I knew that now, after I had looked through the crack, my face, my portrait, would be next on his canvas, and my life would be filled with emptiness and despair.